Lesson 8, the DFTS Recipe Executive Summary. So let's summarize the DFTS for you. If trading the DFTS was a nice meal, we would make a quick recipe like this. So first, the ingredients. We need to add, as our first part, 2 time frames related by a factor of 5. To the larger time frame, we need to add a 30 weighted moving average. To our shorter time frame, we need to add the top indicator as our trigger chart. And also on our shorter time frame, our trigger chart, we need to add our parabolic SAR. And just with these 4 ingredients, we can prepare a delicious recipe that generates money consistently. And here are some further instructions. If scalping, use a 5-minute trigger chart to take your trades, and a 25-minute chart as your reference frame to determine the trend and the direction of your trades. If you are a swing trader, you can use 60 and 300-minute charts respectively, or a 30 and 150-minute time frame. It depends solely on your preference. Now here are your steps to buy. First, look at your larger time frame to determine the trend and direction with the help of the moving average. If you determine that the direction is up, then you switch your attention to your trigger chart and wait for a decline on this time frame. Next, take the first buy signal after the decline on point 2. Thereafter, place your stop at the level of the SAR and trail it as the SAR moves. And lastly, exit as soon as the SAR changes from below the bars to above the bars. You may be stopped out before that happens. And here are the steps to sell. Again, you look at your larger time frame and determine the trend and direction with the help of the moving average, which if you determine is down, then you switch your attention to your trigger chart and wait for a rally on this time frame. Take your first sell signal after the rally on point 2. Then place your stop at the level of the SAR and trail it as the SAR moves. And finally, you exit as soon as the SAR changes from above the bar to below the bar. And again, you might get stopped out before that even happens. Now, this is very important to take note of. The trend is up when prices close above the 30 weighted moving average, and the slope of the moving average is pointing up also. It must be pointing up as well. The trend is defined as down when prices close below the 30 weighted moving average, and the slope of the moving average must be pointing down as well. And also remember, a valid buy signal requires a green arrow, a green top moving average, a green bar, and the SAR should be below the bar. For a valid sell signal, we need a red arrow, a red top moving average, and a red bar, and the SAR should be now above the bar. And there you have it, the entire dual frame top strategy in a nutshell. Now, in the next video, we're going to look at a trade step by step so you understand better the entire trade management of the DFTS, from entry to stop to trailing of the stop and the exit. However, before I finish this video, I would like to clarify a frequently asked question. Is step 2 of the instructions truly necessary? Is it truly important to wait for a retracement before entering the trade in step 3? According to the DFTS instructions, before you enter a trade long, you must wait for prices to retrace, and then wait for top to give you a new buy signal. You may remember I mentioned that that is one of the best filters you can use to increase your win rates. At the same time, we have seen that this step is one of the most frequently ignored by our students. The reason is that if the trend is really strong, you can miss your opportunity because a retracement may not occur. That, unfortunately, is true and does happen. But it is also true that by skipping this step, your overall winning ratio will decrease. While you'll be able to have the satisfaction of entering trades earlier in many cases, your psychology in the long run could be affected because you will also lose more frequently. There is a popular saying in the industry that says, "It's better to be out wishing to be in than to be in wishing to be out." So we strongly recommend you do not skip step 2.